Hi everyone. So yesterday we went all the way exactly to the area I was calling, and that was around the previous high, which was 16,000. And we're gonna analyze today what the Bitcoin price are going to do next. Also, we're gonna be checking another data from the USA interest rate and what actually happened normally when we have this rate cut that is expecting to be happening next week. Also, we're going to take a look to Binance as well, because we have a massive news. Normally we don't hear so much about BNB and Binance, but there is like a quiet monster always happening with BNB. Also, just we're going to take a look as well to the liquidation map and see where actually the liquidation is going to happen and if it would happen. So just stick around. Now I want to start with the 4-hour charts, because I have been calling many times. If you have subscribed to my channel already, you know I was screaming to buy all over here. The highest probability was to go to the opposite instead to the downside, like many people was calling it even in the commentaries below. And I was saying that the highest probability was to go to the opposite. They always exist, the probability to go down, but was lower than going to the opposite. And we did exactly. We came all the way to the 12. We started making the lower highs, and now we see how we went all the way to the 16,000. And I have been calling all the time to the 18,000. Also 120, and even breaking that in a consolidation in the weekly chart. This is not that we're gonna go all the way to 100k. You need to be aware of that. And now just let me play out the prediction I was calling for yesterday, from yesterday actually.
I don't think that we're gonna go to the 20s already, because what I'm expecting, let me show you. You need to have clear this if you want to do any trade, because yeah, you can get liquidated if the prices go down. For that, don't use a lot of leverage, or if you really don't know anything about the market, don't use any leverage at all and just take to the spot. And then spot, you just need patience and nothing else. So what I'm expecting right now for the Bitcoin price to do is
why did I say that? I say that because we were already inside a trade since 111,400. This is how I've been calling all the time. So if you enter to that trade, big shout out to you for following the trade, because we entered to 111,400, more or less 110. And that's why, like this point when we were 113 after the explosion we have, there actually was no point to enter because the risk is higher. Listen to that.
Well, all the way to this area, remember, previous high, and previous high, you know already, we don't enter. Because why? Your question probably that the risk is higher than the war. The best area to enter, even let's go to 108, but 110, 111, this was the best area to enter. Now, if you're feeling all this emotion or enter right now at that price,
yeah, exactly, guys. Many people do always the same mistake. They always buy here, they sell here, they buy here, they sell here. Even if it's a little bit unbelievable, but happen most of the time. That's why the market always, like people always bleeding at the market. And the same in this area, like a lot of people was buying, thinking that we're going to 120. I do think we're going to go to that area, but not right now. Why? Because what I'm expecting right now, I explained, this is like textbook. All the time I have been saying, don't enter to a trade when we're reaching previous high. It's just like always. You can see in the future, in the past. Let me see, like you can see it here, we went down. You can see it here, we tried, we went down again. Here as well, in this area as well. Yeah, you're gonna say, yeah, but we actually went higher. Yeah, but that higher was just to liquidate everybody. We were reaching previous high here, we smashed it, and we went down. Exactly what I'm calling here in the video.
The risk is high, and you need to have clear what we're gonna do is just go all over this area and then liquidate everybody.
You see? And what are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? You see already this massive candle, this absorption candle, push the price already to the downside because people are taking profit already, and many people got liquidated. Now I do expecting that we go like this. Probably we're gonna stop, the price gonna stop to go up, as we can see already in the 1-hour chart. Let me see, let me show you here. We need to reset the other side as well. The Fortuna line, you can see already, is losing momentum already. There is no more strain on it. We already have this bearish diversion. I'm gonna mark it for you right here. Let's see, and right here. It's just simple textbooks. This is what I'm saying. But you need to always attach to your strategy and always be disciplined, because if you see this already, but you still continue the trade, there's really, you need to change your mind, because otherwise you're just going to lose money in the market. So now what I was expecting, we still need to wait to make a red valley, and we will see in this area more or less where are we going to go, how far are we going to go, because in the 4 hour what I'm expecting is that price stop to go up. We're probably gonna have a bounce somewhere here. We're gonna bounce again, and then maybe we're gonna go and retrace 14,000. But, and this is really important, because if we go to the let me see, to the daily, we could also, let me remove all this. We could also come and retest this area here. The worst case scenario will be like 112. I don't want to see the Bitcoin price going there anymore. I don't think that we're gonna go, but in the best scenario, we're gonna go. This could happen in just one candle. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it could. So you need to be aware of that. To the 13,000. Why do I think that? Because also the liquidation map, we can see how massively we have sitting like 22 millions more or less in liquidations around that area. It's not for sure that's gonna happen, but it could trigger something. So we can also, for example, we need to keep an eye on that, because what I'm expecting after the massive pump we have, the price gonna stop going up. And how do that happen? Mostly it happen with a consolidation, and probably we're gonna start doing an ABC. It's too early to say, but I do expect something like this, because the market have been showing all the time. We could do something like this, and after that go to the upper side. It's too early to say, but I do like to predict, because otherwise, what are we doing here? If we go if I'm just gonna be reading the data from before, I mean, you can do it yourself, and doesn't really gonna help you to enter into a trade, because you don't know what is coming next. You just, I mean, many people just read what happened before, and I mean, like this, I mean, super easy. I could go as well and say, yes, you see it in this area, you needed to buy. But do you know at the beginning? No, I don't think so. So let's see how this play out. But I just think that we're going to stop and we're going to start consolidation. That is in the best case scenario. We should be consolidating. And if we're holding around the 114, 115, if we're holding about that price later in the next days, then it will be, I would say to you for sure, we're going to go to the upper side. But this, we still need time to develop the values and everything in order to get that approach. And that's why I say all the time that time is rewarded, and you always need to have time, and time is patient, because otherwise you're not gonna make it at the market. Let me see. So yeah, that's actually what I'm expecting for the Bitcoin price right now, just to have this consolidation. Hopefully we're going to be holding around the 13. You can see like even if we just have a massive candle, I mean, you need to be aware of that. We can just have a massive candle, immediately go up, and then just consolidate like this, and then this would be the lower, and this would be the higher, and we're going to start consolidation, the consolidation phase, exactly how we have been doing in this area before. Let me mark it to you, because I have it here. Let me see.
What enters.
Exactly.
We're going to continue going up all our time.
This is something we did before. We were just consolidating, and then we smash it. Now we need to hold this area. That's why it's so important, because it's the breakout. You see the 13,000, and this is where all the liquidations are. This area, exactly right here. This is the area we need to hold, and probably we're going to be consolidating there. Once we consolidate over there in the past time, and then depending how everything, the indicators align, I would leave this to the other side. So just have that in mind. If you're planning to get into the trade or buy right now, is not the best area, because I have said repetitive times, the risk is higher than the reward. So I won't really recommend that. And if you are just in spot in the daily, it's time to take profits, because otherwise we're just going to enter into this consolidation. In the best case scenario, we're going to consolidate and go to the upper side, like I'm saying, but there's many, like, whatever can happen, and we're going to go to the downside. That's why it's important to have a strategy and take profit when you're ready, if you enter here. Because I do expect, like, if you're watching this, if you are following my videos, you enter around this area. I was massively calling around the 108, 109, even 110. So you're already in a profit. The thing you can do right now is just like either put a stop a little bit above where you enter, to start taking profit right now, so I don't know, like 50%, or just let it run, but you need to be aware that you can lose it as well. So yeah, that's for the 4-hour chart. And for the daily, I already say, I mean, it's the area to take profits. People are doing it already. That's why you see this candle over here. Let me remove that. People are doing it already, and this is exactly, I mean, we could do exactly something like that, you know, we go there like this and like that. Let's see how the time played. That's why, because I was calling already since a week and a half more or less that the price should be already above the 115, and we reached a little bit more than 115. That was yesterday. So yeah, it has been pretty intense week because we didn't break it, and finally we break. Probably gonna go to retest it and then go up. So for the daily, I'm expecting to do that. Now I just want also to show you this data as well. It's really interesting because this happened in 2017. Have been happening in the past as well. When we have this red card, to usually trigger a massive block of top. This is time it fits perfectly with the usual Bitcoin cycle as well. Don't forget to take profit. And I'm gonna show you as well because I have been repeatedly calling this since last year right here. This is an old projection I did in an old account that what it got unfortunately got banned. I mean, no response why, no idea why, and next didn't never reply, which is completely unfortunate. But I was calling here. Let me see, when was that? It was July 31st of 2024. I was calling how we're going to the last wave of Elliott, the last impulse around the 120. That was my target. We went all the way to 124, and now I do expect that we're potentially going to go back there. And if we're going back there, I'm going to heavily start taking profit. I don't care if the price after that go to 130, 140. Keep that in mind. Because it really, for me, it doesn't really make any difference if go all the way to 140 or 130. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's all depending on where you also enter to the market. But I do expect that we're going to go and potentially even break the 124. Why? Let me explain you again. This is something I already say in my past videos. Like I'm talking about this like months ago, before we have this confirmation of the bearish direction. Right now, we're just entering another consolidation, and potentially, I have been saying this repeatedly. If you're new to the channel, I mean, I'm gonna say it one more time, but potentially the consolidation we're gonna have right now potentially could be a consolidation to break the structure that we have. And what is the structure we have the whole time, which is the bullish momentum. Potentially, we're gonna have this consolidation to start going down. Let me see, we just need to give the time as well, because you can see if we don't going down, we could also have a little bit more momentum and going a little bit more up, make it not a small valley, and this will be invalidating this bearish direction we already talked about it months ago. And this could happen. We can also go retest that and then going up. I don't see that much because that it would extend. Somehow it would extend the bull market, but yeah, let's see how they play out later in the future, because I mean, this will be the opinion everybody have, and the market don't really love to do what everybody already expect or know, because everybody is calling that the market gonna stand, the cycle gonna stand, and we're over with that. So there are many people calling to that, and what the market love to do is everything against what everybody knows. So I don't really content with this right now, but I do content with the consolidation phase. I was telling you already weeks ago when we discovered this bearish diversion, and I'm gonna show you again why. Let me show you here. This is a weekly. Remember, this is for the next month to come. This is not for tomorrow. So we went all the way to the 107, 108 in this area, and then we went even down. I'm just gonna show you here. We went to the 90s pretty much, from 108 all the way to 90s, and then so we was pretty much retesting this area when everybody was calling that we're going now to the bear market or to 90s. We just went to retest this. You see how massive consolidation we have here. We just went and retested. That was all. But everybody was calling that we start to the bear market. The trend changed already. Anyway, then we went all the way to, even we were consolidating, we went all the way to the 89. And what we did after that, we did a new all-time high, a really tiny one, but we did a new all-time high, which was 109, 110. So this could play out here as well. We can have another week or even going down, retest, and then going up. But all the area, let me see, It's gonna put it around here. All this area is a good area to take profit if you have not take any profit, and if you like 100% in the market, you can start taking profit already. Like, why not? And I don't really see it. Why 115 is a good price as well. If you buy at 15 or at 25, I have been calling all the time. You already, and what you can detect here on the way up, we already entering to a previous high. And what do we do in a previous high? We don't enter. Why? Because we already inside. So what do? We just protect. We enter here, the price go here, we don't enter there, we protect around here. And it is, if we get the suddenly the market just go down, we get out over here. Many people are gonna ride all the way down. That's why you need to be straight with that. Hopefully this give you a better idea how to take profit and navigate the market. I don't want to get so into that right now, but it's important for me to mention it again, because and the market start to hit again and everybody is forgetting about what we potentially doing in the weekly chart. So hopefully now you know, and this help you. So if this give you a better clear idea what it actually is going the market is doing, and actually what's going to happen potentially, or with higher probability, I would appreciate it. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends. Now I just want to go. I want to check also Binance, because it's really interesting for me to see how many altcoins have been doing completely bad, and BNB is one of those quiet monsters that have been doing super great, and nobody talk about them. Nobody. Let me show you. They have a lot of fraud for many years. Even the CZ went to jail for 4 months, I think. 3 months. And look at his performance. Even after all that fraud. Let me see. Let's remove that. You can see how nice this looks. It looks so nice. I do think we're going to continue going a little bit more high. I mean, the potential is there. Maybe we're going to have some retracement in the one day. But no, we're still strained. But yeah, we start to lose momentum, you see. Keep that in mind. But I mean, now I'm in the partnership with Franklin Templeton. Yeah, they're building a Terrain digital assets initiative, an institutional grade solution for a broad range of investors. So I mean, be sure to them, because they have been just continue building and having really nice returns for the investors. And yeah, you can see, I mean, how massively have been holding. Even the bear market, I remember how they were nicely holding all this area, even when they have all this fault with the FTX. So big shout out to them. And now I want to check another ones as well. Like let's see, Avax. I was some people was calling about Avax. Let me see. Let's go to the weekly. Where you see now there is the volume happening. I was talking yesterday about that. Now that the volume happened, we see how the Fortuna line is completely with a lot of strength. And you want to detect that here, not here, because once you detect it here, this already happened. So this is all like. You see the consolidation here, and I have been calling many times as well to that. When you have the 55 MA and the 10 MA, like getting straight, and then they start to do this consolidation, then it's a massive impulse what is coming. And depending about the time as well, the Fortuna line is gonna be to the opposite, to the downside. So let me see in the weekly, is this gonna continue going? Yes, we still have time, and the Fortuna line start to go to the upper side. But remember, I mean, we already, let me see, remove all the drains. But this is just not the area to enter. I mean, the area was down here. We already smashed this, exactly what Bitcoin did. Now, probably we're going to stop going up, and we can just consolidate a little bit. But we continue going up, but this is not the area to enter. Every time we go, it's just one candle to the break in the 55 MI, and in these areas I will wait for a retracement and then enter if you're still not there. But I do think that we still have a long way to go in the next months, all the way to the 40s. Let's see if we continue there. This is something like we need to see already in October, a lot of altcoins going already to previous high, because like Avax, the previous high was 122. and we're still sitting at 20s. And let me show you this. And we're still, and this is already showing us that we're already in Altcoin season. No, everybody's doing great. So let's see how October continue, because at least that we have another reset, but we should grab this as a support and then go all the way parabolic. Like in this area, see, we went all the way to 96. That was 2021. You see, we went all the way to 96. We always enter here. Let's go. We went here. We grab it as a support, and then we start continue there. Then we have April, May, and June. We have a few months with actually, I mean, it could play out with the months we have left as well. When was this? 2022. Went from August to September, around the 90s. You know, and yeah, so around August, September, around this pretty much like now, we went up and then we keep there. I mean, but we need to see this action already, and this is gonna align exactly with I have been talking many times about the total too, because the ABC is playing so nice. The ABC is playing so nice. We already enter into a bullish momentum right now with the strength of the Fortuna line. We still have time, so the next month's gonna be really promising for icons. So if you find a good entry, or if you want me to help to find a new entry, just drop it in the commentary below which kind of tokens you would like me to check. And like this, we're gonna start taking profit of the market in the next months to come, because look at how nice the ABC. We consolidated a little bit, just making doubt to the people, and now we start to go completely up, exactly as the arrow I left there long time ago. So let's see how this play out, guys. And yeah, I mean, I do think that was for today. Let me see. I do have a last message. This is something about happening right now with Charlie Kirk. I think I don't really know this politician, but probably it sounds like was a pretty big one. And I don't want to talk about him because I don't really know him, and I don't really care about politicians. But what you should care is about protect yourself and your wealth from whatever country you are, because it's not only America. Like many countries are not safe. Either like you have violence, what happened to this politician, but also they're not safe because any politician can just set whatever rule, whatever law, and you're gonna lose everything. That's why like I don't really believe in real estate, because real estate can be taken from you at any moment, and the only thing that can protect you is Bitcoin, because you can go all around the world and nobody can really even notice that you have, and you can protect your wealth like this. Yeah, something Take Lead said, like, America is not safe. Build your life around freedom, exactly. Or you will always be chained to gun violence, radical wokeness, toxic food, yeah, toxic food, and dirty money. Go minimalist, own Bitcoin, your arbitrage, your lifestyle. Exactly. I think with that I want to finish. So I would really appreciate if you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend. I will love your support to continue growing and make these videos every single day to keep you and bring you updates, so you can also take advantage of the market, exactly I have been doing for many years. See you tomorrow, guys.